As of today, I've had this 3901 for 3 months. And I've been kind of busy lately. Looked down and realized I'm over the 50-hour oil change by about 2 hours. So 52 hours on it, maybe a little bit more. Going to get this oil change done because, as you can see, this morning I just had a 30-yard dumpster delivered. We got a lot of cleaning up to do. Ripping down a couple of those sheds today. It's been good going around here. Just you know, it's kind of weird. As you get older, you get excited about stupid things. My wife and I are actually excited about getting that dumpster here so we can get this rest of this place cleaned up. So gonna do the 50-hour oil change on this. I'm gonna clean the garage. I gotta plant that buckwheat today. A lot of stuff going on. Been busy. And I'm not going to do a step-by-step changing the oil on here. There's a ton of videos on YouTube for that. Seems pretty easy. The drain plug on each side. Drain the oil, throw a new oil filter on, top off the oil. If you watch my other videos, that filter has already been changed due to me ripping off the mounting bracket out in the front field, hit a stump. That happened at 41 hours. And then here on the other side, there is another hydro filter right there that needs changed, and oil filter right there. So let's get her done. I'm not going to do a step-by-step, but I'll tell you if I run into any issues while I'm doing it. So real quick, this is the left side of the motor. Right there you can see the dipstick. Pull the dipstick out a little bit, 19mm socket, pop that off. Make sure you do not lose the washer that's on that. And then we'll do the same thing here on the other side. Now we're on the right side of the tractor. There's that drain plug right there. That bucket there in the back, I left both drain plugs out so it'll drip for a little bit. As you can see, you don't need to put the pan directly underneath there. When it first goes, it's got some pressure. I had this drain pan pushed all the way against the tractor tire. So let that drip and get out as much as we can. As you can see, we're underneath the left side of the tractor right now. Just a heads up though, these drain plugs are painted on after they install the drain plugs, obviously. So when you rip it off, you're going to rip some paint off there on the bottom. As you can see, it's no big deal. I mean, it's a tractor, but that's going to happen, and you're going to rip the paint off of the bolt to the drain plug. So it is what it is. Don't get too worried about that. But make sure they're snug, because you are going to be bumping stuff with them. All right, let me show you guys something. This is after the fact of doing that 50-hour oil change. Things got a little hectic, and I had people come over to help me do some projects. So this is the reason it went hectic. This is the HH3A0-82623 hydrostatic oil filter on the 3901. Maybe the 3301, it goes under the right floorboard. Box looks perfect. Nothing wrong with it. All angles here. Alright, this was my issue. Luckily, I did not take the other filter off first. I opened this one up. It's got a plastic cover on here. This is a magnet to catch pieces. Let me show you what I did. Took this filter out, popped this off. Hard to do with one hand here. And luckily, I'm glad I looked at that. That stop wobbling there. I think that it's glad you look in there. There's magnet chunks down in here, and this magnet is broken to, I can't remember, 11, 12, 13 pieces. So I knew I could just pull this magnet, all these pieces out, take the magnet off the old filter, but I was worried that if there was some down in here I didn't see, or in there. So kind of jiggles a little bit. Luckily, as I was finishing the 50-hour oil change, my mom was headed this way. They live by a different Kubota dealer than what I usually deal with. Kubota dealer. So I called her, paid for this over the phone, had her pick it up, and then I put that filter on, and this one is going back to the other dealer. and they said that they have seen this before, but it's very rare. So I don't know if it was dropped at the factory, they put it in a different box, because there's no damage on the box. So not sure. Just glad I saw that. So a little tip for you guys: if you do your own oil changes, fluid changes, check all your filters before you start a project. I've even heard of guys running out of fluids. They don't have enough fluids on hand. As you can see, I try and keep everything in stock, because you never know when you need something. So, all right, that's just another tip there. And we got some footage from tearing down some sheds and stuff. My brother came over and helped me with that day, and some other stuff we'll throw in here. But quick 50-hour oil change on this thing. I've since put about 10 hours on it. We've just been doing so much stuff around the house. The only other things on the 50-hour oil change is I did not change hydrostatic fluid. I know a lot of guys say that they do at the 50-hour. In the manual, it's not recommended until 200-hour, but you change all the filters. For the hydrostatic, I changed the engine fluid, checked everything else, engine fluids, check your antifreeze fluids, and changed engine oil, new filter. I went around and I torqued all the lug nuts for the tires, double check all those, and I did not find any that were loose. I know a lot of guys say that they do find some loose ones around the 50-hour period, but I did not find any. Another thing to check is all your loader bolts, because I use my loader a lot and those can come loose, and I didn't really find any of those that were loose either, so I'm happy with that. And the only other thing is get underneath your tractor and grease all the zerks. For most of the loader applications, I prefer a grease gun with a fixed nozzle on it. And that works for 90% of the fittings on this tractor. There are some on the very bottom of the tractor that I have to put the flexible hose back on, but I think I'm just going to go grab a different grease gun that will have one of each on hand. And I'm going to grab the, I can't remember the name of them right now, geez. I just looked at them last night. The fitting that actually clamps onto the grease zerk, so you don't have to worry about that. It's kind of hands-free. But yeah, it's been a good tractor. I'm happy with it. It got 60, I don't know how many hours we're at now. We've been doing so much stuff. 63.6 hours. Used it to cut down and haul 5 trees out of the front yard the other day. And I used it for quite a bit of brush hogging the other day. So that's actually my next project, is I need to clean out the screen filters on it. And let me show you one more thing. It's not going to be in this video because I don't have time to do it right now. But if you're on any of the forums, especially the Kubota L series, not forums, I'm sorry, Facebook pages, my buddy bought a 2501 shortly after I bought this. He is now making these nice bucket level indicators. The factory one hooks on that side, and you actually has a fitting on the pin. I don't use the bucket level indicator. As you can see, I just go off the flat top of the bucket. But if you're new to tractors or you don't use the loader a whole lot, I could see where one would come in handy. So he started making these up. There's a bushing on the end there, and a bracket. It comes with everything you need. And so what happens is, let me move this over here, is it just mounts using some existing holes here. And the reason I bought it is I've been buying IBC totes, as you can see over here, for firewood. I'm going to make some horse feeders out of them. I bought this off of him, bucket level indicator, for the simple fact that I'm going to use it just for my pallet forks. I don't use it for the bucket, but I think it'll come definitely in handy with the pallet forks. He's having a lot of guys who already have the factory one installed on this side and marked out for their bucket are actually buying this one off of him to use for their pallet forks or their grapples. So I think that's cool. And then you just put tape wherever you, where you like it. So you can put tape below and above for the bucket. You can put a different spot of tape for another implement that may have a different ground engaging angle. It's a whole lot of cool stuff. So thanks for watching. We'll throw some footage in here of what we've been up to lately. It's just been so busy. Haven't really been staying on top of the videos like I should. So thanks for watching, everybody. Take care, and we will see you soon. So I was just talking about the hydrostatic, changing that fluid, and I was mistaken. The manual here, transmission fluid, says you don't have to change it to 400. I know guys do it at the 50 or the 100. The dealer recommended I do it at the 200. So kind of split the difference there. So I'm going to do that, and just wanted to clear that up before some of the Kubota police got on me about stating wrong information. But all right, guys, hope you enjoyed the video, as I said earlier, and I need to get to work before I go to work. So I'm gonna get some stuff done, finish topping off that dumpster, because I believe they're coming picking that up today. Well, got this drug out, front half tore off. Thanks to my brother, who's gonna hit me with a tractor. This was like the worst shed on the property. So we got the front half tore off with the grapple, and then it wouldn't pull out, so we had to put the forks on, lift up the front, pull it out with a chain wrap behind it, and fill in this dumpster. Now we're gonna switch out of the forks and put the Wicked 55 back on. When you're having fun, it doesn't even count as work.